Major, but like there was a stint where Patsy was like a sixth man in like the old iteration of
for sure,
the Spirit
and he didn't
squad.
look very good.
And he was like shockingly mid, like
yeah.
you know that's how I would describe it. Then had some time like away, had some time on like the Spirit Academy squad, as you say, and came back, showed up at that major and was phenomenal. Like, genuinely, like, one of the best takeaways of that whole event.
Yeah, one of the best breakout players we've ever seen in a major, I think. So, the fake molly in main, they're going to run right by it. The audio cue put off the Siren. He doesn't know how deep they've gotten. Swing out, committed is Wonderful, caught with nades. There's the helping hand, but he's going to die. Wonderful will live, but he's still precariously positioned, pushed out by another Molotov. He gets back to safety. How the hell is Wonderful still standing? Scared of the middle. But it's actually B they should be worried about. This late peek for Magix could find the bomb coming up. Ramp, back turned, easy kill. The round rests on this frag. Magix needs it, buying a few seconds, buying whatever time he can for Spirit to get set up. And Patsy's pushed in as well. They've dropped it. The little fake out for BNE has dug their own grave.
Yeah, Cineri. One of the only guys left from this flank over towards A. He is trying to commit to the full wrap, the full journey. But it's being considered, it's being held. Team Spirit sit upon this bomb with 3, and they've even got a man lurking around mid in Chopper. Cineri, oh my god, they've taken their eyes off him, they've taken their eyes off him, and they never should have. 2 from this wrap round. Wonderful just looked away,
wow.
And Cineri, with this wrap, has suddenly stolen it from Team Spirit. What once looked secured now rests on Chopper's shoulders. 1v2, and he has brought it back into even odds. A 1v1 clutch. Wrapping the long side. GXX had no idea. And so Chopper does it. Comes in with a convincing response in the clutch. Steps up when it really matters.
That's the biggest roller coaster of a round we've seen yet, considering that was an A attack that Spirit fell for. They left just Magix at B, and him and Patsy rotate over. They sit on the bomb. Cineri 3Ks on a flank that they know about, and then still the clutch comes through for Team Spirit. Unbelievable round. And a heartbreaker for BNE, but Spirit, they are bringing that clutch power. I think a lot of people, you know, maybe undervalue them coming into this stage. You can't. Yeah, sure, their highest rated player of Dexter in that last major, who was a beast on the stage, who offers hand slaps for everyone. He's gone, he's in OG, but OG are also gone. And this little upgrade of Wonderful is something to keep your eyes on. We've not had to talk about him yet in this game, but he can wield that AWP, he can be a beast. And so I still think Spirit are a real contender in this stage. They're proving it right now in these early rounds. A very tight game, though, gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and maybe rightfully so for a lot of people, actually, I think it would be very impressive if Spirit are able to come even close to replicating the same run. You know, I think Dexter was a huge part of it last time, obviously. And so, you know, having Wonderful come in, hoping that like the young guns can still keep up their performances. I think there's going to be even more pressure on, you know, Patsy, Siren, and Magix here to kind of fill that power vacuum that, you know, losing Dexter would have inevitably brought to the team. You know, even if you think Wonderful's been great, I don't think he's, you know, like even half of what Dexter was capable of in the grand scheme of things.
Well, that's why we'll have to see if that comes to be the truth, Harry, or if he can, you know, break records and break hearts. Because you never truly know till you put them to the test what they're capable of. We didn't know Spirit were last time, and look at us now. Favorites against BNE, a 3-0 challenger stage team. Something to be said about it. But already, a decent T-side layer for BNE. However, this round is pretty weak, pretty whack. 2 smokes and a flash. And Team Spirit know exactly what's going on. For the first time, it's going to be a proper B execute and a 5-on-5 out of the gate. Is this a boost? What are they doing? I do not know this one. What can Regon see? Or GXX rather, over the top. Won't commit to it. BNE having second doubt, smoking red from spawn. They'll take mid.
Yeah, they want to try and come through Donut, but Patsy in a great spot to shut this out.
Wow.
2 quick kills from him over in main.
Yep.
Sirens want a separate fight. So this A play, yeah, it's not gone swimmingly. Shot in the back is GXX. Regon, 1v4.
Big
Might have
plant.
the plant at least. And, you know, the money is a welcome little bonus here, but... All right,
What?
wonderful. All right, lad, go on.
Was that all shot through the smoke, or maybe it just had faded, but there was a smoke down CT for a second, and he just runs through a pistols. And, I mean, right there, 3 players in a row killed with their back turned, right? No idea. Spirit are all over the place. And as we learned very early on in this game, as BNE learned the hard way, these A-takes are not going to catch Spirit off guard. They are very prepared. Even though we've seen a variety of rounds, BNE, they forced a triple B, and by the time they're donut, with that double kill from Patsy, that really set them up. Him and Siren shut down that A split. And Spirit keep the good times rolling.
Oh, Scenario tagged by the util. Does get out past it, but it all kind of hinged on getting that opener there and then.
They know.
With no donut kill found, Siren still able to be a nuisance here as Bad News Eagles set up for the A play.
They faked the footsteps on purpose, and look what that's done on the minimap to Spirit's rotations. They pulled everyone out of the B site except Magic. Sure, solid anchor player, but this is going to at least adjust rotations a little bit and give a timing for BNE. Synopsy, he won't get that 1v1. Chopper's just moved in, but he knows he's got some space to work with. Just wish for a flash right now. If BNE had any util, that would make this round so much easier, but they should still just get melted by rifles.
Mean, look at the read as well. Like, Team Spirit already 3 strong over towards this B site. The moment A goes quiet for this long, they very, very quickly realize what's happening.
Wait, Chopper's low.
Magic's blown out.
Oh, no.
Okay, they run down
Oh,
Chopper,
no.
and one flat row turns around with the Deagle, finding Patsy up through short. Oh, now coming in, Bad News Eagles, 2v2. The Pistols might be able to get this one over the line. Juan Flatro's making a good case for it. There's a second in the round. Wonderful in this clutch, 1v2. Looking for a way back in. He needs that invitation. He needs that first.
Smoking Kit might be his option, but they can swing together. They can spam this one. Oh, he doesn't get it out. Oh, wasted time, and with that, yeah, opportunity not presented. He's going to try and run. They want to take this away as well. They hear him running. They're going to chase this one. BNE, this kill is seriously consequential with the money as Spirit, but he will hold on to it, it seems. 5 rounds for BNE, an eco win, and that was massive. What a chase from Flatro and GXX to run at Chopper on long. The call was made that he's dinked, and as soon as, I think it was Regon gets that dig to Magic's backside, they just hunt that kill on long side. They know that that's their way back into the round. Chopper was tucked in, scared and low. What a round to steal away, because as you said it, even though they pulled Spirit out of that B site, Spirit were already set up before the T's attacked. Crazy round to win. And now they slow it down for the first time in a while. AWP battle. Haven't seen one of these. GXX. Oh, what on earth? Where did that come from?
Well, that's certainly not how you wanted the round to start. Oh, but there's a bit of a response. One Flatro replies to that BS with some of his own.
And Synopsy snuck out the A site. He's walked the entire way. Patsy doesn't know. And they're not coming from mid to donut. So, sure, his position's great for a post plant, but if Flatro can smoke this off, a plant will be allowed.
I like that he's full committed to this little push as well through Temple. Siren might have been considering it, was kind of holding,
he's dead.
But yeah, overestimates the success on that one. Patsy still very much a factor over in donut. One Flatro, other side of the smoke.
Surely not.
Has gotten past them. Has gotten past.
Oh my.
Over a default, Patsy goes looking for the
not.
lost man, and now down to the clutch again. Chopper with the orb locks it in. The no-scope lands and Chopper steps up in another clutch for Team Spirit. One thing you got to love about this guy, the experience really shines through in the big moments, in the clutch moments. Chopper is often a man you can depend on.
And that's so crazy because he's so good at finding those entries on T sides. He's happy, as an in-game leader often needs to be, to sacrifice himself first on rush rounds on the offensive side. But you're right, the amount of 1v1s, 1v2s this guy can pull out, did in Antwerp as well, is impeccable. And then no scope to close it. BNE keep making these ridiculous rounds winnable, though. They keep making them close. But close ain't gonna cut it when Spirit bring tools this sharp. This is a roller coaster of a game. We've got a banger, Harry, to open up our Legend stage.
You want a mainstream update?
Give me the money.
So currently, one team is rather drastically in the lead over the other. This is your chance to mute for spoiler warnings. That was it.
Oh,
Mao's 9-1 up over Liquid.
Ouch.
But I'm sure it's fine, everyone. I'm sure it's fine.
Keep huffing. Keep huffing.
Right, force buy-in for the Eagles.
They've won it before. Hey, they won with less. And that round that Suneri had a hero AK, pretty sure they made that a 1v1 as well. Chopper trying to smoke them out. He doesn't know a player's already made it through, but Magix will find out. So Suneri doesn't know it. He's dead. Oh, I take that back. He's got the kill. And Magix actually bails because his captain falls. Oh, no. This is how the round becomes unraveled. We need a collateral from Wonderful. No better time for it than up against Pistols, where the spacing will be very tight for BNE.
Right, smokes go over. Wonderful.
Ooh.
Gonna try and play around it, gonna try and fight for this. Flashed off. They are right here, and he does just have to concede, right? Trying to spam the smoke, hoping that something connects, but the Deagles are running at you. Regon cannot turn around in time. Sure, traded after his double, but he's done his part in the round, or so you'd like to think. Siren and Wonderful left in an awkward spot. The fact that Wonderful swapped out off of the AWP makes me think they do want to give this a go. And they have got a 2 versus 3 in the sight right now.
Oh,
suddenly, they've put up the goods to make this one look doable. But Flatro dancing around will not give it over. And even if he did fall, GXX was on that wrap round.
That being said, so many of these scary 2v1s where GXX has been flanking and that player in the site has died and left GXX with like a great flank, but just not the best timing because his team falls so fast. That swing for Flatro is so scary. If he dies in that fight, my goodness, GXX does not have the bomb for him, and that can go very wrong very quickly if he gets spotted. So, yeah, sure, it's working out, but these rounds are on a knife's edge, Harry. And now finally, BNE, end of the half, look what they've done. They've done what shouldn't have happened to Spirit's Money. They've broken it right at the finish line. Put them on 4 spy. And so this is presumably the chance to win an 8-round T-side on Ancient, which I said Spirit have a good T-side. It's got to be impeccable because this is already a banging beginning. But I won't speak too soon because while BNE have won 2 ecos, Spirit haven't had the chance to dance with Pistols. There it is. Part 2 with the pick. Up top red. Magic close gets cleared. And so as long as they walk into B right now, they win the round.
It's terrifying to see that Patsy is still just a beast in middle. Well, why would I say that about him? Why would I say that about him? But still, it doesn't change that point. You know, he might have died.
Oh,
there's this wrap round.
That's a big save. Honestly, it's a big save. Sin obviously took that fight with the bomb. That's crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's crazy.
That is absurd.
I would love to see a save here, just from positions and lack of kit alone.
Yeah, you're super out of it, and it looks like they've committed to that. Well, however, Wonderful. Oh, okay. He will get away with it, it looks like.
For now.
But yeah, what I was saying is Patsy, real beast in mid. He was back at the last major as well. It was so problematic. It was kind of terrifying to see how much he wanted to fight, you know? Like a lot of... Oh, God, hang on. Hang on, they might remove the guns after all. They've started to pin the lane. They've started to piece together where these weapons are being saved. Ceneri.
I mean, BNE can't afford this. Yeah, one's fine, but don't lose any more men. They need the money, they need the guns, and so does Spirit, but one was removed. Thank goodness it wasn't the orb. Wonderful, he's the real winner. Loses his AK, probably gonna get dropped the orb anyway. Big exit kills in an eco round or a force buy round there for Team Spirit. And as I said, the chance to double down for BNE. 2 for the price of 1. That could be something. An 8-round T side is nothing to shy away from. Orb is out behind the smoke. Team Spirit are taking mid.
Yeah, full control grabbed from the get-go. This is Patsy really wanting to get stuck in. Was in that Furia matchup where you got a real taste of what this guy was capable of there. If you remember in that one, Furia got kind of just reduced to like a paste almost on this map. Their attempt at mid takes, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Compare the T sides.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that came from Patsy.
Yeah, there was just so much pace behind it as well. Furia were running out mid, getting destroyed by utility, and not being patient. These mid takes of BNE have been at the minute mark. They've been very late, they've been very measured. Often been lurkers, and this round is no exception. All of the above. But the backstab, double up for Magix. Guns at his feet. And if his teammate comes in, they can get really armed now, but the AWP is dropped on this A site. Regon, does he go too far? Oh, he gets stuck, and he still escapes with his life and a kill to boot. Molly from his teammate almost gets its vengeance, but now Magix has to clutch for the half.
Yeah, he would need the ace in the 1v3, but the AWP's holding him. The AWP's got him, and GXX will lock it in, winning out the T side there for the Bad News Eagles. 8-7 on the back of it. Now the questions turn towards Team Spirit and what they've prepped for their T side. There they are. So let's see, will we be crossing over to the Spirit Realm or soaring high with the Eagles in this second half? 3 in the donut. That's 3 Eagles in the donut. 5 Spirits over towards main.
Ghoulish.
Main's going out. Smokes land. They try to block the one in donut, but it didn't really go too well for Juan Flatro. He blocked it just right where they wanted it to go.
Here, let me help your line up. Yeah, okay. This is an interesting round. Smoke kill on Ceneri. Can't die in spawn. Might die in spawn.
It would suck to lose it here.
Yeah. Oh. Getting awkward. Magic's close. They know he's here. They got him trapped, and Ceneri will isolate the fight and even get out. Forget Temple. You're going in from CT spawn. You need that kit on the site. Smoke will come through. Patsy gonna have to spam. He is gone. Re-gone. Spammed. They're already sticking it. They're already sticking it. And the shot's missed, but just saved by the bell. Siren picks up the kill. He's sticking again. Now he's off it. No kit. No chance. Spirit win it. Only just. There was a second left on that defuse when the smoke spam comes through from Siren. My goodness. That's how close the rounds were in the first half, though, Harry. They're going to continue.
Yeah. Bloody good thing that they just kept spamming the smoke, right? Like, I think once you put that many bullets in from that many different angles, it's quite tempting to assume it's a fake. But thankfully, Siren did just keep going with that. Really, really wanted to turn whoever was in that smoke into Swiss cheese. And now Team Spirit fast up through the lane. They want to try and take Cave away. Juan Flatro is here with the 5-7. Good position for it. GXX even throwing up in this boost with the scout over at long.
Oh, Smokes come down just in time, and the spam as well. These 5-7s raw to life. Going through? That's crazy. Juan Fletcher will choose not to instead. 5-on-4. Keep that advantage. The gun's not been taken. It can't be with the smoke down. But Spirit are just being forced to execute into B. They have nothing else. They have to go looking elsewhere now if they wanted to leave. But it doesn't seem like they will. Checking their flank, ensuring that BNE aren't full stack to B, and they are correct. Only 3 CTs here. But with that 5-on-4 presents an opportunity for BNE as the smokes come down.
That's a big tag. Magic's that much weaker now. Him and Patsy still good for the openers though. Synopsy, what is going on there? Smoke was in the way, but you wouldn't know. Wouldn't have known it. Finds one with the Deagle, and a 3v3 now presents itself. The response from Bad News Eagles might be able to come through here and now. They win this force by Chopper. Set up this cross tag, but it goes both ways. Patsy's gonna spam Regon out, and Magix, who was tagged down, they're 10 points of health earlier on by this scout, has still been putting up numbers. Patsy joins in right at the closer, and it's all 5 kills from just 2 players on Team Spirit.
Yeah, great slowdown as well, right? The re-execute into B, they don't doubt themselves at all. And BNE, it's the paranoia on both teams. While Spirit are checking flanks, BNE, who were at 1.45 stacked towards B, they go, well, they've gone cold now. We don't know that it's still B, and they even pull out the bomb site, lose 2 picks. Suddenly, you're smoked off. The round's done.
Yeah, I always think it's very impressive how in those sorts of rounds, Spirit can seemingly go a player down and still recover. I think, you know, whenever you kind of see force by rounds get really weird, it's when you don't get that trade if you lose the first man. You know, when you're kind of forced to play out a 4v5, that's normally where all the problems occur. And yet Spirit, it feels like a real strength for them. It's like they don't really want to attempt the trade. They don't really want to take that risk. And instead, Chopper's more about taking those calculated risks a little bit later on, right? And stalling it out. A real staple of this Team Spirit squad. And it just makes them a very, very safe bet, being able to recover in moments like that.
Yeah, this round should be a wipe for Spirit. They should have no problem brushing it under the rug. Deal with it later. Pistols getting prodded. And 10 rounds locked in off of the plan. Synopsy on a late flank. Could try and save his armor or get a gun if they exit his way. And so a bit of patience as he hopes for a mistake. But Spirit, if they are going to save, they should save together. They should be able to trade this kill. And no one dares delve into the T-spawn. So that's it. 10 rounds. BNE coming in with their first full buy on the CT side. They got a little robbed, did BNE, of both pistol rounds, both in very good positions. And neither of them won. Both of them converted by Spirit with 2 rounds at the start of the half. This time it's 3. And now BNE have the big guns. Oh, Chopper giving the Mac 10. Wonderful, we'll throw that over, so some things never change, huh? Great time for a timeout as well, coming into what is an extremely important round for the momentum alone. If Spirit win it, they just start streaking. They start running away with this map, Harry.
Yeah, Bad News Eagles are fully aware of how important this one is. They know it could all start to turn sour very, very quickly if it goes against them here and now.
And as I said earlier, even though BNE came in with an 8-round T side, phenomenal. Spirit, if you actually look at their numbers on this map, that's one of the most shocking parts. They don't play it a huge amount, but 52% of the rounds they win are on T side. That's rare.
And I think, you know, Chopper is and always has been like a real kind of mastermind on this side of things. You know, it's pretty scary. Even the fact that we're on Ancient, right? That was like the big discussion. It's like clearly Spirit are prepped, clearly they're prepared, they're feeling confident that they can face BNE on BNE's best map. So I think we're going to get to see a real breadth of ideas on this T side. This one, though, pretty simple. They've lobbed all this util over towards A, and they're trying to use Bad News Eagles' strength against them. These A plays. Synopsy with 1. Oh, the openers go back the other way in an instant. Chopper and Siren able to break apart this side of the map. They leave Siren here. That bomb turns around. Siren continues to sell the A play and finding. Oh my goodness, they're coming through middle.
He's going to hear them.
He hears them now. That's one. The bomb was almost second in. Siren is super low. Chopper's looking worse for wear. Chopper's actually committed to crossing mid, which is just mind-blowing because he has the bomb. That's one hell of a read to have made to just call the bluff on Scenery. Yeah. But it has opened up a route to the B plot at least.
That is so damn risky, Harry, to swing that to climb up, right? You're so convinced. I mean, you heard him run Donut, but even then, you could have taken the guaranteed path through spawn. No, he wanted the timings, and Siren is set up in CT as well. Chopper tucked in the corner, will get cleared, and that's the round for Team Spirit. Would love the knife, but we'll take the kill anyway. 11-8. That is a stolen round by Spirit. Wow. This has been the best BO1 of the tournament, and we're not done.
That's actually crazy. Like, that's the equivalent of being on like 20 in blackjack and then just doubling down and pulling an ace. Like, how have you done that? That's not meant to happen.
Oh, I love that rotate out. Forgetting, even the play that he makes in middle, like the call to leave Siren in the site and to rotate out is so nice for Spirit. The last thing BNE were ready for. And if that bomb went first, it's the round over. And Spirit, they know they've cracked that A site open. They can do it again. Using BNE's book against them. Ooh, caught. Here's Rigon. Smoke down, but he should just be dead through it. Chopper will find that spray. And these pistols really have no way of getting involved once the smokes are in place for Spirit. They stick the safest plant possible in the open. Oh, I say that through the smoke. That will work. Flatro is going to go through as well on the tag. He misses his spray. That was a great opportunity presented, but instead it will all get pulled apart. Unstitched. Where did Chopper's gun go? He's got it.
Found it.
This is where Spirit run away, honestly. We need something out of BNE, and I don't see a reason for Spirit to stray away from this A site. They might even like do some B default and go back into a late A play or something, because it's kind
of it's kind of insane. It feels like I don't know. I've never really known anything like it when it comes to this Spirit squad. How they're able to take what is the strengths of teams and suddenly, they're almost able to like mimic it and do it better than you ever could. The fact that we saw Bad News Eagles go for so many of these tried and tested A plays on their T side, and to a pretty like mixed bag of results. In spite of winning out that first half towards the end, it was like a slow start in these attempted A plays, and now we have Spirit, running the back, but really off to the races from their first attempt at it. And we kind of talked about them at last major. We talked about some of the matchups there, and I think that was like one of the biggest takeaways from the Furia one. It's like, mate, you're kind of playing Furia style almost better than Furia could at all at that major. Now, taking Bad News Eagles on a Bad News Eagles best map and mimicking some of their ideas, they're up in the lead at 12-8.
Oh, this is a nice take of lane. But Magix has been spammed, actually, yeah. Scenery gets him from the ramp side. Mid lost in the process, but the nades will land and put two players on half, and they'll get finished off with ease. Rigon dead to the orb. 2-on-4. A chance to break back into this B bomb site, in all fairness, but the more time that goes on, the more BNE get adjusted and rotate back in. Scenary's even sneaking through CT just in case someone has the site. They do not, and Flatro has now confirmed that. Oh, Scenery just in time gets pitched into the corner.
But oh my god, it doesn't save him, does it? Chopper with the opener. Second man not known about, unaccounted for. One Flatro might be in the position to win the whole damn thing, and yeah, Chopper looking the wrong way. One Flatro out of ammo. This has gotten a little closer than maybe it ever needed to be. Oh man! 1 versus 3 down to the 1v1 and Wonderful. Oh, he doesn't know. Hang on a moment. Now he knows. Now he knows. And that's a quick turn. Stylish as ever. And 4 in the round for Wonderful. What a clutch.
This kid is the real deal. That is a freakish clutch, Harry. I do think he doesn't know. His team are probably screaming in his ear, ramp, no cave, no ramp, cave. And he just turns. Couple of guns swapped out and shuts out the last. You could see that coming together as soon as the ammo ran dry for Flatro. Wonderful, unbelievable clutch to, I think that wins the game. I think that kills you. That kills any belief, any chance of coming back. Chopper is mind blown. And I think BNE are as well. That kills it.
Yeah, dude, considering, like, you know, the round was right there.
Yeah.
He was planting the bomb. One Flatro had him. That should have been the moment. The second that Wonderful lands that quick shot and, you know, his blood gets pumping and the adrenaline's coursing through him, it's really hard to put a stop to it. And Bad News Eagles, you can't even begin to imagine what this is like. They're nothing but successes back in the Challenger stage, but to open up Legends might be a pretty sour one to start on.
Yeah, 17 years of age, man. How much young talent has come through Spirit in these last 2 majors?
It's so insane, isn't it? Like, Chopper is just the, you know, the master splinter of Counter-Strike.
The grandfather of CISCS. Unbelievable. And I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of pressure on Wonderful and had questions on whether he would perform with everything going on outside of the server. Well, he's put a lot of them to bed already. Here to make a name for himself. Spirit 3 rounds away from an opener in the Legends stage. Already 0 util, 1 flash and a spam. That flash is now gone, picked up by Scenari, but forget it. Reaggro is nice. It's going to catch BNE some information. Backstab. Whiffed.
Oh.
And now Spirit had that A site. Only 1 man in the way.
That's super awkward as well, because seeing that is only going to make you pick up the pace. It's only going to make you go faster. So Regon and Synopsy really needed to work some magic here. And with Regon knocked out, Synopsy smoked off. That plant will come through. Siren, bit of a whiff there. And maybe that gives Bad News Eagles a way back in.
Yeah, they're low health, but that pick with the orb changes things, changes the tune, turns this one on its head, 2-on-2, no kit, big flank, and this orb can end it right now. Wonderful. He's already pulled off more. And they haven't even tapped it. They haven't forced a fight. He's not moving a muscle. This flank is just coming in. They've already lost a round of time alone, and Chopper is here to guarantee that fact. Fast on the flank, GXX has to save, and Spirit find 14.
Poor mate. I mean, you know, with Bad News Eagles there, I think you can really, really tell the kind of pressure of this getting to them. The realization that this one is really starting to fall away from you. And maybe it's already too far gone, right? So flustered in the 2v2 that, as you say, they never even tap the bomb. They never even force that fight from Wonderful. They hope that he's feeling the pressure in the same way they are and that he's going to make a mistake. But if he's showing us anything today, it's that mistakes aren't really in his wheelhouse right now.
And the question I brought coming into this game, right, like, would Spirit fare as favorites? Would they be fine coming in cold, having not played any matches? Even Magic showed some worries with the interview with Heku in the pregame, right? BNE just rolled their way through challenges. Oh my God, to make matters worse, the Magic's put to 5. But despite those questions, for individuals and for teams as a whole, it's not been a problem today. No defensive rounds yet for BNE.
And for the Bad News Eagles, you know, the big question now I'm going to have is you've been riding the high of momentum throughout the Challenger stage, right? And I think, you know, you really wanted that to continue coming into Legends. The question for me is like, if you take a fall early on here, if you go a loss down to open up, can you bounce back from that? Do you have that ability? Do you have that resilience? That's going to be the big test. Regon doesn't even want to have to think about that question. He's opened up in this round and sent him away from A main for now. But Patsy on this little mid lurk. Brings us back into a 4v4, now Wonderful tips the scales in favor of Team Spirit. What was once a good start for Bad News Eagles suddenly is a really nice looking round for Team Spirit. They're wrapping this A site, the net is closing. Bad News Eagles are starting to think, oh, hang on a moment, where's this mid lurk gone? And Patsy's all the way through, for crying out loud. He's joined back up with the main players. He's not even flanking anymore. He's coming from where everyone else was. And then left scratching their heads. How did he get there? It doesn't matter. No time to think about it because Team Spirit are on to 15.
Match point, best of one opener. We took momentum, Harry. You took BNE. Well, now it's in the pocket of Spirit. If they can close this game quickly, they can just run on into that next round.
And I tell you what, man, if they're the Bad News Eagles, the Chopper is the cuckoo of Counter-Strike.
Yeah?
Yeah, he really is. Like, you know, kind of blending in, mimicking their style, and then devouring the young. One round away, Hugo.
Feels inevitable. I mean, since that wonderful clutch, how the hell do you lift your head back off and still survive in this series? Again, a weak buy, a lack of kit, util already out of the round, 2 smokes left. You can throw whatever you want at them. Can you stop Spirit? Ghostly presence into middle, silent as they sneak out, no util. Bomb rotating back to B. 3 CTs here, and even a 4th starting to move over to consider this red flank that has come through in multiple rounds already. Oh, I think he saw him. Magic might know. Flatro can't escape, surely. He's trying to throw nades, fiddling around. They run him down, and that might be the first domino to finish this game.
And I mean, once again, like Spirit, they don't even move. They barely even react after getting that. They line up all this util, they wait till they want to go. They've lobbed it in. That's a nice resmoke over here towards ramp, and actually you don't have the utility to like go at this again for Spirit. You know, if you wait for this smoke to fade, your smokes are also faded by the time you're pushing. So you might have to try and go through. Wonderful. They're actually coming to him. And oh, that's the last thing you wanted. Bad News Eagles try to bring the fight to Spirit.